Okay, Steve Saccomano here with the Saccomaniacs Ag4Autism golf tournament. We're coming into our 12th annual event. We're 13 days away from it, taking place on August 10th at Sandpiper in Harrison. And I've always talked about the three components you need to a successful event. One, you need golfers. You need guys who want to golf. Two, you need donors. Three, you need volunteers. I happen to have with me one of our most significant donors this year, West Coast Robotics, Brian Rodenburg. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking the time to join us today. Before we get into the autism and the golf and the agriculture side of what we do, let's talk about you and your company and what you do. Tell us a little bit about West Coast Robotics.
All right. West Coast Robotics started in 2008. We brought robotic milking equipment to British Columbia, and I guess our vision is to automate the dairy industry and see how automated we can get in the dairy farm and improve the lives of the farmers, the cows, and the people who work on those farms.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, Brian. You know, as you know, I'm born and raised on a dairy farm in Ontario. I actually knew your father before I knew you because he was the OMAF specialist out there. And being growing up on a dairy operation, we had a stanchion bar with the old surge buckets. And we upgraded our operation to a pipeline, and it was awesome. We didn't have to carry milk to the milk tank anymore. And I remember when they started talking about robotic, not robotic milking back then, it was automatic, takeoffs and that sort of thing. And I can remember my father saying, there's no way a machine can tell us when a cow is done milking. That was in the early 70s. My first experience with a robotic milker was at the University of Guelph, and it just looked like it wasn't going anywhere. But you have somehow taken this to a different level out here. So tell us a little bit about the machines that work with the cows.
So basically, the cow comes on her own free will into a feed station, essentially. And then a robotic arm comes in underneath of the cow and it cleans the teats, it preps the teats, it takes a little bit of pre-milk out, and then it milks the cow, and then it takes each individual quarter off depending on flow and when it's done, which is a good advantage for the cow's udder health. And the robot reports back all kinds of health information to the farmer, right down to how many minutes a day she's chewing her cud. I think that for me, I got involved in the early stages in robotic milking, and it's been really fun to see something go from an idea to what is quickly becoming the mainstream way to milk cows. So I think the biggest thing about it that I probably find the most passion in is that it certainly improves the lives of the farmers, but it also is definitely the best cow welfare way to milk cows that we know of today. So there's a huge animal welfare component, and I'm a big believer in that. And I think that that's a big focus for our company, and every product we pick is how is this going to benefit the farmer, both for lifestyle and financially, as well as how is it going to benefit the cow and the cow health?
Right. Yeah. So how many of these machines do you have in BC right now?
We currently have, I'm ashamed to say I don't know exactly, somewhere between 175 and 182 machines milking cows at this point. We have about 100 machines pushing up feed, getting close to 10 machines actually feeding the cows, and then a plethora of other automated devices for ventilation and manure control and things like that. So all these machines, that you sell and service with your team, that helps improve the management and the animal welfare, and also the farmer's lifestyle, because now they can have supper with their kids at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon and go to their basketball games. Correct? Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing that it offers to the farmer more than anything is flexibility. So, essentially that whole milking schedule of 4 and 4 or 5 and 5, that's gone during field work times, even too. They can get out, they can get to their kids' soccer games, they can coach, they can do those things. But even when they're busy in the field, they can actually do their chores late at night rather than stopping everything that they're doing and having to go milk cows. So it offers a lot of flexibility, and I think that's really the biggest advantage that exists there. If you grew up on a dairy farm, you probably didn't go on a whole lot of weekend trips or holidays when you were a kid.
No, no. Our fun for the summer was swimming lessons.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so one of the things we started to do like 12 years ago when we came up with this idea, we wanted to take, partner agriculture with autism. Okay, so you and I have the same passion in agriculture. You and I have the same passion in golf. I think you're actually a better golfer than I am, but that's okay. I'm still working on my game. Do you have any experience within your family or friends circle with autism?
I don't have a ton of experience with autism. I have some family with Asperger's, which is a mild version, so a little bit there. I have some friends that have children who have autism and some customers as well. And I personally don't have a lot of experience with it, but I think it's something that we really felt was important to get involved with. I think even your actual enthusiasm behind it all has also encouraged me to really become a big part of what you guys do. So that's really the main reason is there's a need, and there's a need there, and we see that, and just discussing it with people and seeing all the things we've learned over the last decade about autism and being able to help these people be self-sufficient, I think is amazing. And so that's really why we choose to be involved in it.
You took away from my next question, because you don't have a direct connection with autism. A lot of people who have it, but yet you choose to support what we're trying to do here in supporting families who have loved ones on the spectrum, providing them services and support and programs. And the fact that you still choose to do that, and in a quite significant way. I mean, you've been a great supporter for the last few years, and you also participate on the day of. Tell us about the event. Like when you come out, what do you like about our event?
Oh, it's amazing. I think one of the funnest things for me, being someone who is self-employed and really, brought a new product to a market and really, has inspired some change there. I think anyways, it's really neat. Every hole where you have the food sponsors and the people standing there, with that kind of stuff, there's always new products, and that's always fun. You get to talk to them, you get to kind of see where they're at. So that's always a real joy. And I think just in general, it makes me being part of the dairy industry, and seeing, the agricultural industry in BC come together and really, I think show a huge amount of support for the cause. It's always fun to be part of that and to see people giving back, since, as a group, we're generally all incredibly blessed. So I think just seeing how many people get involved and all the volunteers and, and then the meal, well, the meal's always real good. So,
and thank you for those comments. One of the things we try to do, through the efforts of Go Golf Management and Don Donahue and her team, is to put on an event that everybody enjoys. And, this year with COVID, we've had to kind of alter it a little bit. We can't do the big shotgun start. We can't have the big banquet. We can't have the online auction. So we decided to do we have, staggered tea times, and, we can still do that. And yet the support is still there. And, teams like yours and companies like yours have still stepped up this year to help us raise those funds. So even though our event won't carry the same sort of, fun factor, or not so much fun factor, but all the stuff that we had in the past, we're looking forward to getting back to that next year, provided that COVID goes away for us and that we're able to get back to normal. So and thank you for those kind words about the event. We're going to strive to continue to make it an event that you guys want to continue to come back to. If someone were to ask,
I think, Steve, it also helps that we continue to get second or third place that keeps me back as well.
I think you just want to beat your father-in-law.
That's pretty much what it's about. Yeah.
Your father-in-law is a dairy farmer as well, and a very good dairy farmer, and he's a very good golfer. And I think you have beaten him in the past, have you not?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So, but anyway, that's Freddie Vermeer, by the way, and he's got a large dairy out in Dudney de Roche. So he's also a great supporter of what we do. So Brian, what kind of a message would you have to other people who are thinking of maybe volunteering or supporting or participating in our event? What's your message to them?
Well, I think it's a great cause, and I think that that the Saccomaniacs, makes sure too that you're recognized for your support, which is also awesome. I think a big thing this year, interestingly enough, with the whole COVID thing, we were beginning to kind of question ourselves, like, are we gonna get involved this year or not? And it kind of hit me a couple weeks ago that just because of COVID and there's no golf tournament doesn't mean that these people still don't need the support. They probably need it more than ever. So I would say that I would encourage anyone who can help in any way, whether it's your time or a gift or whatever, that probably more than ever, the Saccomaniacs need the help. And so, get involved. It's fun. You meet good people. And, if you're going to do the sponsorship thing, I can't say enough as to how good of a job the Saccomaniacs do to put the tournament together and really make it a, Class A event.
Yeah, you hit on a major point there, and I couldn't agree more. And thank you for those comments. When COVID hit, we kind of sat on it for a little while, hoping it would go away, and then we actually thought about pulling the plug. And then we chatted as a team. We said, we still have a center. We still have families that need the support. We started to get some momentum in January, February, and then it all came to a grinding halt. So that's why we decided to do what we did, to have an event, and having companies like yours, West Coast Robotics, to come up and step up and still contribute and be part of it has just made that decision worthwhile. And the families of Chilliwack and the Fraser Valley are going to be more than thankful that we can still provide those services to them. So I can't thank you, Brian, and your company, West Coast Robotics, enough for being part of it and coming out and enjoying the day with us. I really can't.
Well, we feel privileged to be part of it, Steve, and we look forward to the event every year. So,
okay. Well, thank you for your time. Congratulations on your company. I think you're doing great work out there. As you know, I visit many farms, and almost all the farmers who have, basically every farmer that has one of your machines in the barn, are quite happy with the production and the animal welfare and their lifestyle change. And you've helped not only to sell that, but to continue to service it and support them. And you've done a great job of doing that as well. So keep doing what you do as well.
Thanks, Steve. We'll try. So.
All right. Thanks for your time, Brian, and we'll see you on August 10th.
Yeah, we'll see you then, Steve.
All right, perfect.